Welcome to the Just Music Podcast. I am your co-host, Jalen,
And I'm your other host, Marco.
and we have a very talented DJ as our guest for this episode. He is based out here in the Charleston area. He's a vinyl DJ, to be very specific. Something that you don't necessarily see too often nowadays, as got CDJs and just use a USB to DJ now. But there's still people who just do straight vinyls too, and both require a lot of talent and skill and just preparation. But DJ Slowcountry, how you doing, man?
Good, good. Thanks for having me on.
Yeah, man. Thank you for joining us, bro. So, I was actually connected to you through, I think it was So there is a lady by the name of Audrey.
Okay.
So far sounds Charleston.
Yeah,
Um,
yeah, yeah.
uh, Me and her, we touch base because we have a podcast. I do music as well, and then we were just connecting, and she told me about you, and I was like, okay, yeah, I'll definitely check him out. And yeah, man, I checked out your content, and I really like everything that you have going on. It looks like you also like you perform pretty regularly and you're always like putting out content in different mixes. Um so one shout out to Audrey and
Yeah,
two
thanks, Audrey.
and two, man, I also want to just continue to connect, man. And but first, let's tell the listeners, who you are, where you're from, what got you into DJing.
Yeah, yeah. So my name's William. I'm from Augusta, Georgia, originally. Home of James Brown, Sharon Jones, Larry John Wilson, a bunch of just like amazing musicians. So I grew up loving music. Went to UGA in Athens, Georgia, played in bands. um, recorded music, and kind of just like from that point in time, been collecting records for over maybe 15 years now. So it's just been like a continual, just like building to the collection. And then it kind of just with DJing, I just kind of stumbled into it. I feel like I had one of my close friends in Augusta. He's been a vinyl DJ for a long time and has really like definitely opened me up to new music and collecting music from different parts of the world. And so he actually at my wedding, he DJ'd part of the wedding, and it was just awesome. And then one of my friends here, so I have a friend Weems here. He has a pop up called Weems Ramen. He's one of my childhood friends that I grew up with, and he had an event going on at Cuddy's here in Charleston, and I kind of just like threw out to him. I was like, maybe I could just like play some records, and like I didn't have like a turntable. Like I had one Technics 1200 at the time, so like I was like I have one turntable. I ended up like trading some stuff with a friend, getting another turntable, and then just using some of my like literally my like home stereo equipment. So like I have a bunch of and you can kind of see like I've got some old speakers and old amplifiers and stuff like that. So like I wanted to like really bring something that was like true to the sound of the recorded music, just like really do the original recordings justice. So I kind of threw together like some of my old 70s and 60s audio equipment, got two turntables, got like I literally have like a 16 channel. It's like a Firewire when Firewire was still a thing, like a Firewire mixer. But I just used it like I ran the RCAs from the turntables into that, ran that into my amplifier through the phono to give it to amplify the turntables, and just like threw together some kind of like bootleg setup. And I did it one night, and like I wanted to touch base on like all different kinds of music that I had. So like I wanted to play stuff from the late 70s, like some like post rock, some like, indie rock in the 90s, but I also wanted to bring in some like soul from the 60s, some jazz funk from the mid 70s, like kind of touch base, like hit all areas, play like, all different kinds of singers, instrumentation, and just make it interesting. And it kind of just like, I did it once and I was like, this is super fun. So yeah, honestly, with like the DJing thing, just totally like stumbled into it, and it's like led me down this course for almost the past. It's almost been 2 years now since I've been doing it, so it's
Wow.
just been fun. Yeah, it's totally a fun time.
Wow, man. So that's really cool how you kind of, discovered DJing as a passion for you. Because um a lot of musicians and DJs and just people that we talk to are involved in music. A lot of times it just kind of happens just organically, just by chance. It's not like, oh yeah, like I was raised to do this. Like, nah, I just
Yeah, which is cool too. Yeah, some people are like, I always wanted to be a DJ, and like that's sick. Yeah,
yeah, yeah. I think Marco was like that, right?
yeah,
Yeah. I mean, I DJ in Charleston too, but I don't do any vinyl stuff. Eventually, I want to learn how to do that. That'd be really cool because, you know, it's like a lost art form. I feel like, not a lot of people do it.
yeah.
And I mean, you must be like one of the only real like vinyl DJs in Charleston because I don't really know any other ones off the top of my head that play strictly vinyl.
Yeah, it's kind of like it's definitely there's been some like old school dudes that have been doing it here, for a while and kind of like definitely in the 90s and early 2000s were really pushing that like hip hop like breakdance culture and kind of continuing that, but also so like it's definitely, it's definitely like been a thing and some of those guys are like have been doing it since then and like have been coming back into it just because it's one of those things that's like maybe not in Charleston, but I feel like around the world it's slowly like people are doing it because like vinyl collecting is becoming definitely more and more of a thing. So and it's bringing back like people are finding music through streaming platforms and stuff like that that they have never heard of. And it's like, yeah, that stuff was like a private press, like, didn't really exist and people like brought it back to life. But anyways, there's definitely there's a few of us like around like and everyone's kind of got their own style, like some people really do like country really well, some people do like Latin music and all that really well, but yeah, it's definitely like I feel like it's growing, which is super cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. I'm curious if you've ever been to this establishment. Have you ever been to Miami?
One time. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Because I was in Miami last year and we went to this one really sick venue in Wynwood, which is like a super artsy hipster neighborhood,
Totally, yeah.
street art, everything, super cool. It's called Dante's Hi-Fi, and it's a solely vinyl DJ that's playing.
Yeah.
And they have it's the way it's set up is so cool. It's like they have the vinyl DJ just kind of in the middle of the bar, and like
Yeah.
the bartenders are all around. So it's just like a really interesting experience. But like just seeing the way that vinyl DJs go about and just beat matching and then
Yeah.
also just going in the back and like looking for the next record to put on and everything like that. It's just like um it's really just cool to see, honestly.
Yeah.
But yeah, I don't know if you ever went there. Have you ever
Yeah.
checked it
I
out?
I wish I want to check it out. I've seen pictures of it and yeah, there's like places like that like kind of popping up all over the country, which is really cool.
Yeah.
Um, I feel like I would love like something like that in Charleston would be awesome.
Oh,
Especially
absolutely.
like a place like I would love to kind of have a place that was one like a really like those places definitely focus on like the hi-fi systems. So like really like pushing like because vinyl is like I mean it's clean like especially original copies like there's no digital like mastering or anything involved like it's straight analog. And so it's like you can really things can sound like super good. And that the potential for of like high fidelity is there. So it's cool, like, yeah, it'd be cool having like an actual like dance floor kind of place. Because I feel like that's the thing too, is like some people just like hate dancing, but I also feel like dancing's kind of coming back too. I don't know, like maybe it's been there the whole time, but like there's a certain place I play like a Burgundy Lounge here at the Starlight Motor Inn, and people like love to dance there. Like it's some other places people are like, I don't want to dance, but people there are just like, it's like all ages, like all different kinds of people like there that are just dancing together, which is super cool. But yeah, I'm
Yeah.
gonna try not to like, I could just go on and on and on. So I gotta like cut myself short. So
No, yeah, no, you're good. Because I mean, yeah, I don't. I feel like if as a vinyl DJ, definitely check that spot out. It's so cool.
yeah.
But yeah. So I guess like in terms of your sets, I mean, the way I prepare my sets,